What's up, everybody? Welcome to Anime at LeBlanc. This is episode 1. Thank you so much for coming in. I know this is outside of what I typically cover with Persona and Atlas and everything, so I do appreciate the effort to come by and check this out. If you could like the video and subscribe, that would be amazing. I want to welcome the two guests here for my episode 1, Rising and King. Thank you so much. I know you guys are Dragon Ball Z fans, and I was like, I need to get fans into this. He's representing right there with Rising is wearing a Dbz shirt. You can't see, but
it wasn't planned. It wasn't planned. I literally put this on without knowing.
I literally have the exact same shirt.
That's awesome. I have like a Vegeta shirt, and I have a DBZ gym shirt. Literally, it's like something training to become Goku or something like that. That is badass. He has this badass figure. The only DBZ figure that I have is the collector's edition from the Dragon Ball Fighter C.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I pre-ordered that. As soon as they announced that, I'm like, I want that so fucking bad. Yeah. The whole idea of that game, like, excited me so much. I love Arc Systems, and I love DBZ. It was like a no-brainer. Like, absolutely, like, pre-ordered that day one as soon as they announced it. So, so I want to talk to you guys about the anime, or, like, when did you guys kind of started watching this anime? What was the experience kind of, like, growing up? I'm assuming you guys watched this growing up, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I saw it on Toonami when it was airing on Toonami, and, like, I guess that started in the early or like late 90s or whatever, but I had older cousins, so I always ended up watching what they watched, and they watched Toonami at night. So like literally Dragon Ball and Pokemon was like the first things I ever watched as a kid. As far as I can remember, I've always known about Dragon Ball pretty much.
Yeah. What about you, King? When did you kind of start?
So I'm weird. I just watched Dragon Ball, went through the original Z, all the movies, GT Super, like 2-3 years ago. I saw it when like it was, on Toonami as a kid. I didn't watch it religiously. I pretty much watched Yu-Gi-Oh only for my anime.
Really?
Yeah, but
Nice.
I mean, I don't know what led me to it exactly. I know it got really popular, and I heard all the hype behind Super, so I'm like, shit, let's just go ahead and start from the beginning, and I just fell in love with it.
That's awesome. Actually, to me, my experience may be a little bit different from you guys. I watched this like as soon as it aired in Mexico. That's where they just, as soon as it started airing it, I watched like the original Dragon Ball and everything. And to me, it was just like a phenomenon, I guess, because most of the anime that I've seen so far was like really old anime from like the 80s. So like at the time in the 90s, it was current, and he had like all these amazing fights and like all this stuff and everything. And I was like, it was like completely different from like the other stuff. Like I think the things that I've seen from like the 80s was like this anime about like this girl that lives in the mountains named Heidi or something like that, and she literally it's just a show
That's
about
familiar.
this girl living in the mountains. Like it's like a really boring ass show, and then, and then Gundam. Like that was like my only experience with like anime at the time, and obviously like all these American cartoons and everything. So like DBZ was like my window to like into anime, and it was crazy to me. Like I used to watch it every weekend, or every week when there was like a new episode and everything, and I used to like sit down and like eat chips and like a Coke and like watch the new episode and everything. And,
Good old times, man.
Oh yeah,
Good old
the
times.
good old times, right? And then I met a friend in school who was way into DB. So like Dragon Ball aired in America and in Mexico, kind of like about the same time, but Japan already had like DBZ by the time that we got Dragon Ball, like the original
Right.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
So
there's an interesting thing about that. Whenever, because it's in Texas, right, where Funimation is. That's where they dubbed
Yep.
Dragon Ball.
right.
Funny enough, they didn't get the Japanese tapes to dub over. They got the Spanish ones. Like
Yeah.
Mexico got it first, and they took. I mean, they're right there in Texas. I guess it's not too far. They actually got the Spanish stuff. So like, the people who do the English voices for Dragon Ball like never heard the Japanese ones until like 10 years later. That's so strange.
That's crazy.
When they did dub like DBZ and Dragon Ball, like the dubbing process here in America was like a completely different thing. It wasn't like it was today. I mean, you had we still had 4Kids and everything back then. Everything was, they were still trying to appeal to kids and everything.
Yeah. Which is really funny because you guys got a censored version of DBZ. We didn't. We got straight up like blood and curses, everything. Like this is like we got everything raw from Japan. So my experience was like a little like I'm like I don't remember how I was at the time, but I was maybe like 6 or 7, and I'm like sitting down watching like all this fighting scenes with blood and everything. I'm like, yeah.
Well, I know that. Well, I know that DBZ is like huge in Mexico.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, it's massive. Yeah, like I said, like I don't know a single kid in the block that didn't know DBZ or like Sailor Moon. There's like a lot of these shows that were like airing about the same time, and like we literally just like sat down from like 5 to 9, and we're just like watching all these anime shows and everything. So I mean, like it was huge, and like I said, like I had a friend that I made. He was like caught up with the Japanese stuff, so he was Korean, and his dad used to go into Korea and get him like a bunch of shit, like a bunch of stuff from Japan and everything. And he had a book, like an art book collection with all the characters and like the description, everything in Japanese, obviously. But at the time, like DBZ was already like being big in Japan, and obviously again, like in America it wasn't even like a thing yet. So like he showed me that book and I was like going insane. I was like, oh my god, like they're grown up and like all this stuff that is going on. I was going like nuts about it. And honestly, I kept that book for such a long time. Like it had like a bunch of different stuff and everything, and I was like super crazy about it. And then like time happened, and I stopped watching it for a while. I guess like nothing new was like it ended with the Cell Saga, right? The Android Saga. And then he just kind of.
Wait, are you talking about Z?
Yeah, Z. Yeah.
No, Majin Buu.
Majin Buu, yeah,
man.
the Majin Buu saga, yeah. And after that, there was nothing for a long time until we got GT. Or at least it was a long time for me. I know for a lot of people were like almost.
Do you know what's weird? In America, we got it during the Namek arc. That's what
really?
First got dubbed. Yeah, we didn't see the beginning. If you go and watch, if you listen to the dubbing of like Dragon Ball,
yeah,
technically Namek is the worst. That's where you get like the weird Piccolo meme. They went back.
Yes.
Like that's the line from that.
I feel great. I can do this.
Yeah, they went and dubbed all that, and then they dubbed regular Dragon Ball, then GT. They went all over the place.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
It's so good at the beginning.
Yeah, I clearly remember going like through like the different era, like Dragon Ball Z, all the different arcs in Z, and then like finally watching GT when it came out. And I don't know, we can talk about GT separately.
I have some a few positive things to say about GT, but we can save that for a little later.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do too. There's ups and downs with GT.
Oh yeah, I don't think it was, to me, like I don't think it's like bad. Like I know a lot of people, especially like a lot of probably older fans that were currently upset about it and everything. I always took of it like that's a cool thing that they did. Like I don't know, because I was such a fan of the original Dragon Ball series. Seeing Goku Kid again,
yes,
that was like the big thing for me. I was like, oh my god, like
Kiro, you nailed it right on the head, man. If there's one thing in this world I love, it is the original Dragon Ball. I love it more than Z. I love it more than Super. Anything. I love the original Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
I love Z a whole lot more. I have to say it. But
really, I feel like GT just had like good or bad worlds. It had like the big fights and everything, but they also had like Kid Goku and like these other.
It's an adventure show.
Yeah,
Dragon Ball is adventure that had some fighting in it.
Yeah,
Z is fighting that has some adventure in it. And then GT is like a good mix.
Yeah, exactly. Like the whole thing about like them traveling across like different worlds and everything was like a really cool fucking idea. Like still there are very few shows nailed that right, and like all the different cultures and like the different aliens that you see along the way and everything. I was down for that shit. I was eating that up. I was like enjoying it so much. Yeah, that was my good shit right there. So I guess which one is your favorite? I know King already kind of started there with like he liked Dragon Ball the most. What about it just kind of?
It was just, I mean, obviously I love Z. I mean, all the fighting and everything. But to me, Dragon Ball was much more focused on the characters and the exploration. You could tell that Akira Toriyama, the creator, had a vision for it. Like, when he went into, like, the Z territory with Saiyans and everything, he was kind of just shooting from the hip. Yeah. He didn't really know what the hell was happening, really. I think in the original Dragon Ball, it was a much more, like, he knew what he was going to do. He knew what he wanted to accomplish at the time. And I just think the characters shined, the adventure shined, and eventually we did get more fights and everything, but it's just that sense of adventure, and, I mean, it was just so much fun to watch. It's such a different watch than DBZ. So if you are listening to this podcast right now and you haven't watched the original Dragon Ball, please go and watch that. At least give it a try. You won't regret it.
Oh yeah, don't sleep on 100%. Dragon Ball. It's different from Z, but it's still, I'd say, just as good. I mean, I like Z a little bit more. There are some character arcs in there, but the thing is about Dragon Ball Z is it's not Goku's story, really. It's more or less like Vegeta and like Gohan. You have Trunks, characters like that. Like Goku's not... He's relevant later on, but once it hits like Namek / like Frieza arc, even then Goku's always in and out. Like he's either dead or he's training.
He's always doing something. No, yeah, I agree with you. I think that's probably why like you said, like with Z, like there's so many different aspects to it. Like you can think of it like this: Z is Gohan's story. Like I don't know if you guys heard about this. Like I heard that Gohan was supposed to be the main character in Z.
Yeah.
And obviously, fans didn't take that as kind of like a positive at first. Like the reception wasn't like super positive about it. And I don't know. I feel maybe that was like the introduction. Like if you think about it, Goku was such an interesting, like fun character in Dragon Ball, the original one. Like he was always like front center, like reckless. He would just go and fight people off and everything like that. He was like crazy about fighting. And then you have Gohan, who is kind of like this nerdy kid that.
Well, here's the thing. Gohan wasn't really a nerd at first. He beat Cell, and then during that next arc, they started his, he went to school and everything. And that's when they really depowered him and everything, and that's when they focus everything to Goku again.
I do think it's part of his story, though. He never wants to be a fighter. That's the thing. Like, Goku always pushes him to do that. Yeah, that's something Piccolo says during the Cell arc, I think. He's like, do you ever stop and think that maybe Gohan doesn't want to fight people, and maybe he's just doing it for you? It's like, oh yeah, true. Like, yeah. I think it's also a Vegeta story as well. I mean, he's like a
definitely.
Killer.
Definitely.
Then he has a family, and even now in like Super, sometimes Vegeta's more level-headed than I think Goku is at times.
Oh no, 100%. No, Goku also. I mean, like if you think about it, Goku is like the villain of the Super Saga. Like just think about it like that.
It's kind of true, man.
He ended up kind of like getting all these other worlds destroyed because he suggested that.
Here's the thing about Goku. Let's not beat around the bush. He's fucking dumb.
Yeah, he is.
Like we love him.
He's my favorite character. Oh really, yeah. Unfortunately.
No, I mean I love Goku, man. I love Goku. I will always stand Goku, but he's fucking dumb.
Oh yeah. Like, I have my theories about this, and I really love the old movies that they did with the characters, but I love the new movies they've been doing lately. They did a Frieza movie, and obviously they did the...
we can forget about Resurrection F. It wasn't that good.
Battle of Gods and the Broly. The Broly movie is
by far the best. That movie did so much. Like they kind of like seeing like the parents and everything like that, and kind of like that storyline too.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if y'all saw the original. Gosh, what was it? Bardock. Legend of Bardock movie. I love Bardock. Mm-hmm. They kind of changed some stuff from that and added it to the Broly movie, of course.
Yeah.
And the stuff that they changed, I think it was for the better. You got to see Goku's parents, like other than Bardock, you got to see his mother and everything. Yeah. You actually got to see everyone right before Frieza killed him.
Yeah.
It was just such a good transition, I feel like.
Oh, definitely. In fact,
Explains so much
I
more.
was surprised how long of the story we get of that, because it's like 30 minutes of literally just like background story and everything, and I was like, holy shit! Like this is literally 2 movies in one.
They could have made a whole movie on that.
Exactly,
And I would have been fine.
I would have watched
Yeah.
it too, dude.
Oh,
That could've
me
been
too,
4
yeah.
hours. I'd watch it.
By the way, the budget and animation on the Bardock movie is like way better than anything they do. Like all the fights and all the fight choreography was better.
Dude, so
the animation itself. Yeah, go ahead.
I got actually a good chance before Broly came out to go see. They put the original Bardock movie back in theaters with Fusion Reborn for like a day, and I actually
cool.
and they like remastered it and everything, and I got to see it on the big screen. And dude, that was such a cool experience seeing that. But I'm gonna tell you, I think what they did during Broly movie was like just so out of this world good during those first.
I'm not
30.
gonna lie, Super's been kind of iffy, but that Broly movie was like Dragon Ball can still make it in modern day. It's possible.
100%. Yeah, that literally the same train of thought I had.
Too.
I was just like having so much fun with them. I even at the time I was like telling my friend, I was like, "Yo, don't sleep on the Dragon Ball movie. Go fucking." In fact, I made a review on this movie in my channel. Like I never talk about DBZ, and I just went and reviewed that movie. I was like, I love that so much. I was like, don't sleep on this movie.
Did y'all see it in the theaters by chance?
Yeah,
I did. Yes,
dude. I will tell you that is the number one theater experience I have ever had in my entire life. Because when you went, everyone there was so invested in it. We were all cheering and everything. Usually, I would be very annoyed with that. The only times I wasn't was during like the Avengers: Infinity War and Endgame and this movie. We were all cheering. We were all so invested. It was just such a good time.
It kind of sucked over. It was just me and some other dude. That was
really?
it. Yeah, that was it. When I watched the My Hero movie, though, the second one, I went and saw that. Tons like people cosplaying, stuff like that. People screaming in there. I'm like, I could tell My Hero's a little bit more popular right now. It's like,
well, here's when did you see the Broly movie?
They only had 2 showings here in my city, which is kind of crazy. I live in the second biggest city here, and they only had 2 days where they showed it, and I didn't see it like super late or anything. It was like a Friday, and like surprisingly nobody was there.
Dude, I saw it on the Saturday afternoon after it released.
Yeah,
and it was a packed theater.
Oh yeah, well, I went into the pre-release night on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
It was packed. It was like super packed. There were cosplayers. There were people dressed up. Even the people that the workers. Some of them were dressed up too. It was a fucking good experience, dude. It was super fun. I was like, holy shit, this is so good. The whole experience was good. I actually watched all 3 of the movies in theaters. It is so good. I had so much fun.
Dude, we have so much to say about Dragon Ball. We can't fit it all into one episode. I hate that too.
I know, man.
We might have to do this like a series or something.
Oh, that definitely. No, that's fine.
Like make a whole new channel. You know,
we can just start a whole new channel on DBZ.
hey, Geekdom 101's eaten.
So I have a.
Dude, I haven't heard that name in years. Just to watch this
definitely. Yeah, this channel just went a weird direction, but I really wanted to talk about like anime. Like that was like one of the things I was like, I want to make an anime channel with games, and it just went into like games, and I was like, okay, I enjoy games, and it just went into Persona, and I was like, oh well, I like Persona.
Yeah, I think I pitched some of the ideas to you. I don't know if it was this one in specific, but I was like, I want to do anime shit. Like, I've always wanted that. I recorded anime podcasts for my channel like 5 or 6 months ago, but I didn't think it was a good one. I never uploaded it.
Oh, like, really? You know what? To me, it's always like better to have this conversation with other people about it, because you can geek out about it. You have like so much fun just kind of talking about the stuff that you like. And there's like all these conversations that you can have, like you don't even know in what direction it's gonna take. Like yesterday, like I said with the episode 0, I had like a completely different like conversation with my friend. I didn't know where we were going to, kind of like in what direction it was going to take, and he just went in crazy stuff. But again, thank you guys like coming up, and I've been wanting to do this podcast for so long. I talked to
man.
Yeah,
I could deep too.
I could talk about Dragon Ball forever, man. I mean, that's the thing. We get like so like fixated on like what our channels are about and everything that we don't take time to actually explore the other. Not saying that Persona isn't really important to me and everything, and Shin Megami Tensei, but Dragon Ball, I loved it before I ever loved those games.
Yeah, true. I gotta admit, like I said, some of the first things I ever remember was like going to my grandma's house and watching anime, like Pokemon and Dragon Ball, Yu-Gi-Oh, certain shows like that. Those are the first memories. Like I as far back as I could think.
100%. Yeah, I definitely expect a Pokemon podcast at some point.
I need that Yu-Gi-Oh podcast.
Oh, bro, you got it. You got it. I'm gonna reach out to you as soon as we get that because Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh is like we can talk about that in like another podcast. But like Yu-Gi-Oh was my shit. I used to even up until high school. Even after high school, I used to go to the tournaments like every Friday. I used to go like wow. I spent so much money on we used to call it cardboard crack. So basically just like so much money on Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And actually I went recently to a card shop to kind of like sell some of my rares because every once in a while they update the rules for the cards, and some cards get banned, some cards get unbanned, some cards are worth money right now and everything. So I just went and sold like a bunch of them. I got like $300 and I was like, yeah, I have this book of cards that is like it's probably like thousands of dollars on the, and every once in a while when I need money I just go and sell some.
We could talk about Yu-Gi-Oh forever, but there's a question I want to ask you guys if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Your favorite moment in Dragon Ball history. I want to hear that from y'all.
Easy. I know it.
Yeah,
I was thinking about it earlier today when I was going to walk.
Oh really?
Best scene, because Android 16 is one of my favorite characters. So it's like Teen Gohan and like Future Trunks. Those are my favorite. I mean, my hair is blue. I tried to do the whole Trunks thing anyway. But the moment Gohan goes like Super Saiyan 2, that's always been my favorite because I love Android 16 and that moment there. It's not just Gohan, but the Android 16 moment too. That whole thing together has always been my favorite.
Nice. To me, my favorite moment is the first time you see Super Saiyan. Whenever Goku turns Super Saiyan, that's easily like I vividly remember the first time I was watching it. I'm like, my mouth is like dropping to the floor. I'm like,
after Krillin got fucking clapped.
like you see how strong Frieza is. He literally destroyed Vegeta to the ground. Like everything is like in such a perfect moment. Like the world's getting destroyed and everything, and he's just like having this intense fight, and he just goes Super Saiyan. I was like, whoa. and obviously like from there on, like Super Saiyan didn't mean the same to me anymore. Like every new transformation of Super Saiyan, I'm like, it's never gonna beat the first time he went Super Saiyan.
Right
Yeah, like
Ultra Instinct came close.
Yeah, Ultra Instinct was cool, and I'm like, okay, like it was cool. It was like a different thing and everything. But honestly, like that very first time when you see them like turning Super Saiyan, I was like, that is fucking dope as shit.
In addition to the music, I don't know which dub y'all were watching. I like the dub with the people are going to shit on me for it, but I like the rock soundtrack that they have. Bruce Faulkner. That's it. I love
that too.
I never heard it, so I can't agree or disagree. I never heard it.
You have to listen to the Bruce Faulkner track. It's so good. And
dude, the song that plays when Goku goes Super Saiyan, like I'm getting goosebumps right now just thinking about it.
Yeah, dude.
Like it is so good. You could say all you want about them Americanizing the soundtrack and not being faithful, but it just worked for the time period that it was in, I feel like.
He does a good job emphasizing the noises during certain parts of the show. That's what makes it so good.
There was literally never a silent moment during the Faulkner score.
Yeah.
That's awesome. The Japanese soundtrack, which is the same one that we got in Mexico, it's pretty good. It's just cool. But it's like more like strings and.
Do you have Spotify, Kiro?
I do.
Okay, so the whole Bruce Faulkner score is on Spotify.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, that's what I was looking
I'll give you some tracks,
today, bro.
All right.
He's got I think 5 collections. There's a lot of tracks, but like
we can give you the rundown, bro. We can give you the rundown.
Well, which opening do you guys like more? Rock the Dragon or the Japanese one, or like the Toonami Faulkner, the one he did before Rock the Dragon.
Well, my favorite one is a Dbz Opening. It's a Japanese one. It's like the Chala. Yeah, that's my favorite. Yeah, it's iconic as fuck. I just love it so much. It's good.
I think I'm in the weird spectrum of I like We Gotta Power better. Gohan's.
Really?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, Chala Hechala, iconic. You know it when you hear it. There's been so many covers of it and everything. But to me, I've always liked We Gotta Power better.
Really?
Yeah,
I've always liked
good.
Chala and Rock the Dragon.
Yeah.
Like I love them both, really.
But what about Step Into the Grand Tour, Step Into the Grand Tour, Dragon Ball GT.
Yeah. No.
Oh wow! So
Honestly,
they also dubbed that too.
Dude,
the Japanese opening for GT is pretty good too, but it's nothing like that. It's nothing
Japanese
like that.
stuff in GT, the opening and endings of the Japanese stuff for GT, I think are really great.
Yeah,
dude, Dan from GT, the opening is so good. I don't remember.
Flap.
Yeah, it was good. I love it.
What about you, King? You didn't talk about your favorite moment.
Oh man, that's easy. Majin Vegeta, man. Majin Vegeta, his whole arc of getting he didn't really get take over by the Majin power. I think he had some restraint, but it's just like all those emotions flowing through him at once. He started going berserk. He killed people. He literally killed people. But at the end of that arc, you got to see Goku versus Vegeta one more time. And at the end of the arc, he had his redemption when he blew up himself to destroy Boo. And that is my favorite part in the entire series. Dude, I cried when Vegeta said that when he held Trunks for like the first time.
That's nice. It's a good moment. It's definitely a good one.
Then he knocks both the kids out.
The one thing that annoyed me...
Well, it was for the better, though.
Yeah.
It was. See that? Yeah.
He had to. He had to.
The one thing that annoyed me is that they kind of tried to replicate that whole Majin Buu saga in GT, when he gets possessed again or like controlled. Baby. And I was like, why are you copying this saga again? Like he doesn't need to.
I liked Baby. I liked Baby.
Cool.
I know, I liked it. It's cool. It was cool, but he could have controlled another character. He could have controlled Trunks or somebody else. Like, why did it need to be Vegeta again?
Well, it's like the character who blows a gasket, would be like Vegeta. I think that's the easy cop out, right? I think
I don't know. I feel like it would have been crazier if they did like Pan or like some other like Saiyan, like if you kind of just get somebody else.
Gohan would have made sense.
Gohan would have made sense.
He's supposed to be the strongest, right? If you actually try it or whatever, but
Pan got on my last fucking nerve.
Did she really?
Yeah.
Dude, I did not like her.
Really?
So forced.
Oh wow.
So forced.
At the beginning, it was like okay, like Gohan, or Goku as a granddaughter. It was funny at first, but it gets annoying after so long.
Really? I never thought about it that way. I thought she was funny. I was like, I don't know. I thought she was okay. I just like seeing them like together, like Trunks and her and Goku, and kind of like their relationship and everything, just going from place to place. It was just fun to me. It was just kind of like a chill, like turn off your brain, just kind of have fun.
Dude, what we should do is like watch do like a live watch of like an episode of GT. And then just comment it on like a watch along episode for a podcast.
Commentary.
That'd be just shit on it the entire time.
That'd be cool. I don't know, like copyright wise, like how does that work? That's one reason why I barely ever cover anime, because like every single thing that I try to do with anime will be claimed, like claim. Like I don't know how Oziak did it when he reviewed Toradora. And I'm like, how did you use so much footage of it and like didn't get claimed? Like, what was?
Dude, I used just a little bit of footage from Persona 4 the animation on my P4 video, and I got fucking claimed.
Yeah,
dude, I strummed my guitar to the chords of Everlong for like 30 seconds, and I got copyrighted.
Exactly. Yeah. So like, you gotta be like so. And like, their entire channel dedicated to reacting to anime episodes. Like, I want to know, like, how did you not get claimed?
I don't know. It's either a certain amount. I know they make the screen like super small or whatever. But like I don't know. Maybe they're not making any money. I don't know.
No, they get ads. Like I seen them, so like I know they get ads, so they must be making money in it.
The closest thing you're going to get to being able to show anime on your channel, Kiro, is if you actually like live stream fighters. DBFZ or something.
Couldn't you live stream it then just not have it archived? What's the copyright?
No,
because
it still get claims. For example, I streamed Kingdom Hearts 3, and the while I was streaming it got claimed by Disney, and they and shut it down. My stream.
Ooh, straight from Disney?
Yeah,
That's
straight from
Disney,
Disney.
though.
Yeah.
That's like when I got that straight from Atlas Strike. I'm like, oh boy, like this isn't some like third party thing. Like,
Yeah, this is straight up from Disney. Like I was like, that killed my mood. It was like the first like 30 minutes of the game, and I was like, well, okay then. I was like super sad about it because I was so excited to stream that.
I feel like streaming those games. That's sad.
Yeah.
So, if you don't mind me asking, guys, to get back on the subject of Dragon Ball, your favorite Dragon Ball arc. It could be all of DB, like original DBZ, Super, GT, whatever movies. I don't care. What's your favorite arc?
I think I know what mine is.
You can go ahead because I need to think about it.
I'd have to say the Android arc. Something about Android 16. I know he's kind of like a background character, but he's an android that learns how to like love nature and love life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Although he's meant to be like a weapon of destruction. Something about that whole thing there, and then he helps like the main hero in the end. It's like the sacrifice, right? Of like a character who's like not even human, but he's more human than everybody else there. Which that always felt like it got me the most. And then Future Trunks, I think, is really cool. Mm-hmm. I've always liked sci-fi time travel stuff, and I've always thought Trunks was like one of the coolest characters. Then he comes back in Super. I mean, so for me, it always has to be like the android / Cell
Trunks. Yeah. To me, it's gonna be the actually. Well, that one I really love that one. But I also like the one that they did on Dragon Ball Super. The whole like Goku Black.
Yes,
honestly,
I love Goku Black.
The one thing that like it blew my mind is like, let's be honest, like when it comes to like Dragon Ball, it's never been like super elaborate when it comes to like storylines and everything. It's pretty straightforward. Bad guy shows up, things happen, Goku gets stronger, they fight, he wins. Moving on to the next saga. But like the whole Goku Black storyline, like Trunks come back, there's like multi-timeline and like all this stuff going on, and he turns out to be the bad guy, and you don't know what's going on, and like I was like, dude, it's like so insane. Like I had like all these theories about it. I was like, oh, like I need to know like how it happened and everything.
Yajirobe's alive in that. Like, do you remember that bit where they show Yajirobe in there?
Yes,
oh yeah. And like the one
what?
girl, the one girl who used to show up on the original.
Mai.
Yeah, Mai. Yeah.
Mai's a cutie. Oh.
Like,
got lucky.
All of that was like super cool. I like all the ideas about it and everything, and even like the explanation behind it. Like whenever they do the grand reveal and everything, I was like, it still blew my mind. Like a lot of the stuff, like there was no way I would have guessed it, because like
I think it has snippets of Trunks like killing First Form Cell, like Dabura, and like a really weak version of I think Boo and shit like that. Which that's
and then you see the other Gohan too as well. They have like they bring him back and everything, like talk about it and everything. I was like, that's like the one thing. Like, can we just have a spin-off series where Gohan wasn't a nerd and he's like training Trunks and everything? Like, I want
So you're saying you want everything set in like the history of Trunks kind of?
I'd watch it.
Yeah, I watch the shit out of it. Like if they did a whole story on that up until the Goku saga, and just kind of like the Black Goku saga, that would be fucking cool if they like did it somehow. I'll be down for that.
I think they just do a movie going over History Trunks again. Like,
dude, they could totally do that as a second Super movie.
Totally. Like start from the very beginning, him training with Gohan all the way up to the Super part and everything. Which is sort of weird how Trunks learns like Super Saiyan Blue or whatever at the end out of nowhere, which like Vegeta and Goku had to train forever for and like train with gods to learn, but like all of a sudden he like learns it. It's like
wait, I don't remember Trunks being Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan.
He kind of learns it at the end, like he gets all blue and like it's so weird.
I don't remember that whatsoever.
I think he was I think he was
maybe
Vegeta.
Maybe it's the fact that they changed his hair to blue in Super.
No, it's like him going God, if I remember. It's really strange.
I have to watch it again. I don't recall that, but I do recall Vegeta kind of helping him in a minute. But I was like, that's still cool. You know, like you can see how much Vegeta has changed too. Whenever like the way like the interaction with Trunks, because in the first time that they meet, Vegeta is like kind of like just kind of like treating him like shit. And in this one, he kind of like more like recognizes him, kind of like as his son, kind of thing. I don't know. I thought he was cool.
You can thank my best girl Bulma for all of that. I love Bulma.
Bulma is like easily one of the best characters in the series. Like she like doesn't have any superpowers or anything, but like she was like the biggest.
Without her, the series wouldn't exist, because think about it, she made the Dragon Radar that started all of this.
Right, yeah. I mean, like, it'd be crazy, like, if they ever, like, kill her off or something like that. I'll be like, I'll go nuts. Like, that's one of the characters, like, you do not touch her. It's like,
So, Dark Magician Girl was my first, like, anime love and everything. That's who. But then when I started watching more anime, like Attack on Titan, then I got into Dragon Ball and stuff, like Bulma, she was my waifu.
Yeah.
Like, I love Bulma
Without
to this day.
Oh, but Creed, you haven't told us your favorite saga.
My favorite saga. Definitely not the Majin Buu saga. That lasted for way too long.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And it was unnecessary in some aspects.
Honestly, I loved the final arc of the original Dragon Ball with the World's Martial Arts Tournament where he faced Piccolo. Or Goku faced Piccolo.
That was really good.
I absolutely loved it.
You know what? I want to go back to the original Dragon Ball series, because it was really interesting. I love looking at all the what do you call it? Like all the different arcs that they had on original Dragon Ball, because they were all based on like, oh, we're training to get stronger for the next tournament. You know, that was always the thing and like, sure, they had a whole saga with the Red Ribbon Army and everything, but truly, like the whole show started as a martial arts.
Right.
Like, it wasn't like about superpowers or anything like that. It was literally just legitimately watching them get stronger and everything, which was pretty cool. Like the first time that he did a Kamehameha, you know, like Master Roshi is like, oh, you have to train for so many years, like, you know, like I train all my life to be able to do one, and he just goes and does it. You're like, dude, he's super skilled.
That was when the Ox King's house was on fire, the castle was on fire, and then Roshi shows them how to do like the Kamehameha and everything, right?
Right.
I think that's it.
Yeah, and then he just goes and does it, and I was like, holy shit. Yeah, there's a lot of good moments. So like, I just love that kind of stuff. Like that
Roshi was on that HGH, bro.
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
I like when he gets ripped. It's so weird.
It's so funny. It always cracks me up. It's like, that started like this trend of like old guys that are like actually super strong, but they never like do anything. Like there's all this other anime where there's like the old man. Did you know is probably super strong too?
I think he does that in Super as well.
Yeah,
during, like,
he
when
does
Frieza comes.
Yeah, he shows up again, and I was like, it's nice seeing him like actually like get ripped and.
This man got roid rage over here.
Yeah.
It's kind of like My Hero.
Yeah.
Well, we don't talk about mid-tier anime on here during this podcast.
I love My Hero. I hate to say it, I'm a big Dragon Ball fan. I shouldn't like it, but like,
I like My Hero. I don't like the fan base, but this is also coming from a guy who's a part of the Persona fan base. So,
no,
yeah, true.
Honestly, I haven't been in a fan base like in anime in a long time. Like I go to cons. I go to every con available in my city, and then I go to other cons around like different states and everything. And I never really participated on the fandoms. I cosplay, I go to the cons and everything, and somehow I still avoided fandoms. Like it's so crazy to me. Like I never was like, oh, like I you know, like I don't know, like in the Persona where like we're always like doing Persona stuff and like with other people and everything. It was never like that for me for anime. Like it was a interesting aspect now that you like mention it. But My Hero is okay. I never like. I thought it was like an interesting commentary on like superheroes and like a different approach to it.
It's just it's not, people overhype it. I feel like it's
Definitely.
good. It's good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it's
For a
good.
shonen anime, it is definitely a shonen anime.
Yeah, it's definitely good. Like, there's a lot of aspects where I'm like watching. I'm like, oh, it's pretty good. But like, I feel like one is like almost too predictable, and two, like some of the sagas are like way too safe. Like I don't know, like I feel like they play it safe every time. And I'm like, like
The
it's
new
okay.
arc was pretty good.
Yeah, to me, like it's okay. Like some characters die or like stuff like that. Like I feel like
the Yakuza is pretty good in that.
I had so much more fun watching the original Dragon Ball than I ever did with any of My Hero. Like, I just felt like the original Dragon Ball was so grounded compared to like all the other anime I've ever watched. Even Attack on Titan and stuff. I felt like it was more grounded. I think maybe that's what pulled me to it more. It was like more, I wouldn't say realistic, but there wasn't a bunch of crazy shit going on all the time. Then he got to Z, then Akira Toriyama lost his mind. But
yeah, he was writing that as he went along, which I guess makes sense.
You can tell. You can definitely tell he was just.
He didn't expect it to get as big as it did.
The reason why we got so many pauses in like the fights in like DBZ with like Goku and Frieza, the reason why Frieza saga lasts as long is because they caught up with the manga and they just had to stall for time.
You couldn't write it fast enough, which totally makes sense. Like you can't.
I mean, this is the man that forgot about launch. This man forgot about launch.
He forgot about Super Saiyan 2, I think, as well. Yeah. And like one of the.
And think about it, he was also doing Dragon Quest at the same time. The whole other games and everything. So he's a busy guy. I admire him for all he's done. Like all his work is. Like from everything, like he's just did so much for like the shonen genre. Like there's not one anime like in the shonen genre that doesn't kind of like reference some of his work.
Without Dragon Ball, we would not have a third of the anime, a fourth of the anime that we have today.
Like wouldn't have the Vegeta character that's in every shonen now. That's why everybody says like, oh, like Bakugo and My Hero is the Vegeta character, right? It's totally like a thing because of him having that sort of character that was bad, but like eventually becomes good and like gets better, and it's always the rival, right?
Right. Yeah. That's such a like at this point it's like almost like a trope, I think.
Yeah.
And I think although Bakugo, I don't know, I never like him. Like I know, like
I didn't either.
Like Vegeta has done some pretty shitty shit, but he had like a pretty good redemption arc. Like he saved the world several times. Bakugo, like at this point, like I'm still kind of like. He's still a bully, like you can tell whatever you want about him. I'm probably gonna get shit for that. Like, I probably shouldn't be going further about this.
No, I'll say Bakugo's a terrible character. He's just a dickhead. Like Vegeta makes sense, right? He rules planets. Like it's like what he's always done.
He was literally a prince.
Yeah. He has so much pride too, and I respect that because I do too. I have a certain amount of pride that I can really relate to that because it's like. I'm not going to step down to anybody that's in my way. I'm going to believe what I believe in and keep on going. That's Vegeta 100%.
Yeah.
But the only reason he gained some sympathy along the way because he had a family.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they showed really humanize him like so much, and it's weird to say humanize because he's obviously not even human. But like you can see like the transition from him like learning like to care for people and everything to the point where he's willing to kiss. What's his name? Barrow's ass. He's like so worried that he's gonna destroy.
Okay, he would not have done that. And like in Z, he would not have danced for Beerus.
Yeah,
he danced in Battle of Gods.
Yeah, I remember that. I was like, oh man. At first, I was like, how far he's fallen, but at the same time, I'm like, no, he's literally doing this for his family. Like he does not want his family getting killed.
He has not fallen whatsoever. This man still has surpassed Goku even in Super at some points. I feel like.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure the gods also said something like, like Vegeta, you'd probably be stronger than Goku if you just didn't lose your shit so much, or something like that. Like if you train so hard and just didn't let him get to you, he's like you'd probably be stronger or something like that. Which
I like how he also started caring for the other Saiyans from the other world. Like he was like, oh, I'm gonna teach you how to do Super Saiyan right now, and I mean all the fight.
You're talking about the
girls, right?
No, the
guy. No. That last arc during Super.
Yeah.
I can't.
Oh, the boy.
What's his,
I
don't know
can't
what his
remember
name.
his name off the top of my head.
He's not. He's like super forgettable. But like you could tell, like he saw another Saiyan, and his first instinct was, "I need to teach him how to go Super Saiyan." You know, that was awesome. I actually like that quite a bit. I was like, "Yeah, do it, dude."
Dude, that was such a good episode though, because Vegeta was giving him threats about his family and everything. He knew what it took to push him to get to that moment.
Oh yeah, 100%. And he pushed them to do that. And then he was like, you need to teach other Super Saiyans and stuff. That was awesome. Honestly, like that's also kind of why I liked about Super. If you guys want to jump into Super, kind of like talk more about it. But Super surprised me so much. At first, I thought it was gonna be trash. I thought it was another Dragon Ball Kai. Did you guys ever watch Kai?
Oh yeah.
Was kinda
I got the Blu-rays.
Yeah, it was kind of like I don't know if
wait. When you're talking about Dragon Ball Kai, there's two different versions of Kai. You have the one that you get on Blu-ray, and you have the one that was aired on like local TV.
That's where I'm going. It was like these weird kind of like remaster remake kind of sort of, I don't know, it was weird, but the Blu-ray is good. Like obviously that's kind of like the best way to watch Dragon Ball Z now. But when he first
That's where
aired,
Blue Popo came from.
When
Have
he
you seen that?
Aired, what's that?
The blue Mr. Popo, he's all blue.
Oh yeah, that was a Toonzai version of
that.
Kai, yeah.
That was so weird, man. They say Piccolo's a Saiyan. I was like, oh no, what's happening?
I get it. I guess I don't know. I'm not gonna get into that.
That's so hilarious.
Yeah. But it threw me off too. Yeah. To me, Dragon Ball Super was like the first Saga wasn't like super good. Like I wasn't expecting anything. The
Frieza Saga in Super was trash. Dude.
Oh, yeah.
They retold Battle of Gods and Resurrection F in the first two sagas. I thought that was a bit of a letdown.
Yeah,
coming from somebody who had just the way I watched Dragon. If you don't mind me going on this, I watched Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball. I watched all of Z. I watched all of literally every movie, including Battle of Gods and then Resurrection F. Then I went over to Super. Well, I also watched GT, but we don't talk about that. But I was just like bummed because the first 24 episodes was just recapping what happened in the movies.
And filler. Much fucking filler.
I didn't mind the filler. Like the first episode of Super, you saw like Goku like trying to use like a tractor and everything. Yeah. I didn't mind that as much as seeing recaps of the damn movies that I just watched.
Oh, dude, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, especially since I just bought both the movies, and then I bought a subscription service for Funimation. I'm like, I'm just paying for what I just seen in the movies that I already own. I was like, great.
No, 100%. What I did was I watched the movies and I skipped up until the Goku Black Saga.
Goku Black, because that's when it was a new shit.
Yeah, that's when it really started picking up to me. And honestly, when they introduced the multi-universe and like the and all stuff, I was like, dude, this is what Dragon Ball needed. Like, this is such a good direction to go into.
And it was such like a shift because like the first half of the series wasn't animated that well, but when you got to the Tournament of Power during the second half of the series, the animation quality picked up so much, I feel like, and the quality of the show improved as well.
I think they also saw like the revenue, I guess, from the show just going super good, because you can clearly say like the budget started to go up on the show.
Dude, the first half of Dragon Ball Super, especially if you watched the original episode 5 and the way it was aired, dude, it looked like fucking trash. Like, it looked like someone spent 20 minutes just doodling some stuff, and because they were on a time schedule, and said, oh, here it is. Y'all need to dub this now so we can get this out.
Right.
There's a certain part that looks like particularly bad. That's whenever I think he meets... I don't know who it is exactly, but he's on King Kai's planet, and he goes Super Saiyan 3, and there's like a battle. I think it might have been with Beerus or something like that.
That was when Beerus and Whis first appeared on. That was when Goku first met them.
And it's animated so bad.
Dude, it was the worst, man. We need to I need to get a few screen captures and put that on Twitter for everybody.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Dude, it was worse than what Persona 5 the animation. Like we shit on that a lot, but good God, for a production such as Dragon Ball and names such as Dragon Ball to have that bad of animation. I know Dragon Ball Super was super like put together at the last minute. It was a very rushed project. If y'all don't know that, it was very rushed. It shouldn't have been, but it was because they saw the success in the movie, so it was rushed. So they didn't have enough time to do it like a proper animation budget, which surprises the hell out of me because, you know, the one thing that sells most in Japan is merchandise sales. You get your merchandise sales from your anime. The fact that they didn't have that big of a budget to like, they were so rushed that they ran out of like animation budget and everything looked like trash for the first few episodes of Super. It's just mind blowing to me.
Is Demon Slayer also shonen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Demon Slayer is actually really good.
Demon Slayer
that's what I'm saying.
Really
Why
good.
can't Dragon Ball get that? Why didn't it get that treatment? You know
because
what I mean?
it's only 24 episodes. Like, you
And the
gotta,
movie-
you gotta think about that. Like the budget for a multi-hundred of episodes versus like just look at Naruto, for example. Naruto is such a mixed bag as far as like animation quality. Some episodes are complete trash. Like they had like not the B or the C team, they had like the D team working on like 5 episodes, and then like and then the next episode makes like a completely different animation, and you're like, this is so fucking jarring to look at these shows. Bleach is another example of that. Look at the
My Hero's not as bad.
One
Attack on
Punch Man
Titan isn't
season
either.
2.
what's up?
One Punch Man season 2 looked awful.
Oh yeah. But
Really?
no, but my hero is a specific, a different deal because my hero hit on the West. That means that it's a cash cow. Everything from then on is just free money. Like it's my hero is a machine of printing money, and he's
Dude,
Right.
dude, season 6 of My Hero could be Deku just shitting on the toilet and people would buy it.
yeah. Like it's just the whole thing is my hero came out at a point where superhero movies were like super grand. Like, you know, like the Avengers movies were like the
Naruto just ended too.
yeah.
Naruto was gone. There wasn't really Bleach. Dragon Ball, I think, had a movie out or two.
It just came out at such a specific time when it just was a hit. No, I'm not saying that my hero is bad, but I'm saying like it got
It's
lucky.
definitely not a bad show.
Yeah.
It's just
I think Super
overhyped.
got that
But
good
he
of a
got
treatment,
lucky. He
though.
got lucky to come out at the point that he did. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm because and then shows like Demon Slayer or Black Clover. Have you guys seen Black Clover?
No, but I want
No,
to.
but yeah, I
You
want
should
to as
definitely
well.
watch that. It's super good. But
I really love Demon Slayer.
They
Have
got
you seen it?
of course, yeah.
I haven't yet.
Oh, you haven't?
Oblivion, yeah.
Oh,
Rising,
you
yeah.
gotta
to.
watch it. You gotta watch it. That was so good.
There's a lot I'm watching right now.
the,
That's why.
the fighting scenes in that show are like super high budget. Like you can tell they're. No, it's not just that the art on it is beautiful. Like the clothing that they wear is like so well animated and everything. Everything is just so good. The art on that show is fantastic.
You need to get on it, man. We got a movie coming out.
Oh, the
soon.
movie's coming out
do
in
you
like a
ever
month.
do you ever not watch something because everybody's telling you to watch it?
Dude, you just gotta watch it. You just gotta
That's
take the
JoJo.
It's on Netflix now, bro.
Oh yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
on
watch
Netflix.
it in secret and not tell anybody I watched it. That's what I'm gonna do.
I think it also depends on like on on like the hype too. Like so, there's some shows that have so much hype that I'm like, I don't really want to watch it. You know, like it's just it
I
doesn't
never watched
excite
Game of
me.
Thrones.
Like I read the manga for what is the one that is really popular right now, the Attack on Titan.
Love Attack on Titan.
I only seen the
too.
first
This
season.
season?
I only finished the first season in anime, but I read the whole manga up until the last chapter, as far as like today, and I'm up to this day. People are like, you should read the, you should watch the anime. I'm like, why would I watch the anime? I already read the manga. I don't really want to sit down. It's like, Attack on Titan has some like slow episodes where it's just like build up and like in the intrigue and like all, but because I already know the plot twist, the build up just feels kind of like there, you know, like it's just okay, it's a good episode, I guess, but nothing's going on really. But to a new watcher, to somebody that's just starting to watch it, be like, oh, like, you know, like trying to pick up the clues and who's gonna die next and what's gonna happen next, kind of thing. I don't know. It's
By
good.
the way,
Yeah.
by the way, speaking of new series and everything, did y'all think that Dragon Ball Super lived up to the hype?
Yeah.
I think Dragon Ball Super is really good. I just think it could have gotten treated a little better. Because my thing, it's like we're talking about Akira Toriyama, one of the biggest and the best, right? I feel like they should have done him a little bit better, just out of respect, personally.
And here's the thing, I don't know if y'all read the Dragon Ball Super manga. I don't, but I try to keep up with what's happening. At least Akira Toriyama is not writing it anymore. Like this right now, after what's happened. I don't know how much input he had on Super. I'm not 100% sure. I know he had a big input on Broly, but right now he is not writing any of the Super manga.
Oh man, that's kind of disappointing, I guess.
Now, Torio Taro is the one that's writing it right now. He's a great artist and everything. And apparently, I don't know if y'all know who Moro is.
No.
Y'all know Moro? Okay. That's the latest villain in Dragon Ball Super. He's super good. I'm really looking forward to that, but I'm scared at this point that we're not going to get a Dragon Ball Super 2. Even though all the money would say that we would, it would make so much money. The fact that they haven't brought it back by now is just mind-blowing. You could say all you want about Broly, great movie and everything. I think they're just going to stick with movies instead of creating another TV series.
I'm also worried about stretching stuff out too much. You know what I mean? Like a Naruto, Boruto.
I don't care. I could watch Dragon Ball to the day I'm in the fucking grave, and I wouldn't have enough.
If it's bad, though, I just feel so disappointed.
I agree with Rising. If it's bad, I don't really want to watch it. Like I'm picky about it. I don't know. Over the years, I value my time more. Before, when I was a young weeb, I say that all the time. I had all the time in the world. I used to wake up at 5 a.m. to watch anime before going to school, then come back from school and watch anime all fucking day until 3 a.m. and sleep for 2 hours.
Makes me proud.
At that point, I used to watch everything, every anime that was coming out in Japan. I will watch it. In fact, my Crunchyroll account is so old. They were a pirate website at the time.
What the fuck?
I'm sure someone's also got your account information because Crunchyroll's been hacked so many times.
Oh no! That email. In fact, they no longer own that email. The email that I have
them all out.
It's just
Sony did.
Yeah,
Sony did.
Funimation and Crunchyroll after that.
Yeah. They've been bought out a bunch of times already. I'm not even surprised.
I just hope Sony makes it just a good app, put it all together, give me a good anime.
There they go, man. That's what I'm scared of. They have a monopoly on the anime right now.
Hey,
and they're hitting on anime games too. You know what that means? We're gonna get some censored anime next. That's what's gonna happen.
I just want a good anime app. I feel like all of them have decent stuff, but Hulu's what I go to watch anime on.
Yeah, Hulu's so good when it comes to anime.
Oh yeah, there's just no good anime apps.
You could say Crunchyroll has Yu-Gi-Oh for the first time ever subbed, completely officially subbed. But that's the only thing that's. Sometimes I want to watch subs. Sometimes I like dubs.
I agree. Yeah.
I mean, there's not the studio, right? If it's dubbed well, that's all. That's how.
Well, I think it also depends on the length of a series. It's not like I can't fucking read or anything, but I don't want to watch an 800 episode series with subtitles.
That's true. Yeah, I'll give it that.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know. I'm just kind of I watch anime whatever I can, but I also don't want to own fucking 5 apps to watch all these different shows. I don't want to go to Netflix.
No. Streaming services have gotten fucking absurd. Now with anime, you pretty much have 2 apps. You have Funimation and you have Crunchyroll.
You have Hulu, you have
everything
Netflix,
else.
You have all these other
Hulu's better than everything. I swear, Hulu's so good.
There's another
Verve kind of died.
I just wish we had a good anime app. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though if they have a monopoly, which is kind of bad or whatever, but if it's a good app, dude, fuck it, dude. Yeah. I'm buying it.
I don't know. They just gotta put one. They just gotta do it all in one. We don't have to pay for all these damn subscriptions. But anyway, whenever I was young and I had all this time to watch all this stupid anime, I would watch everything. By the way, there's this anime called School Days. That anime got me traumatized. It's one of those harem anime where the guy just sleeps with every girl in the show or whatever, but the ending just completely destroyed me. It was 5 in the morning. I was watching the last episode. I had a test at 8, and I finished the episode, and I just went to school, and I was like, the entire time I could just think about the ending. I was like, damn.
Anime can do that to you, man.
Yeah.
I think I watched Evangelion as a kid, and that fucked me up. Then I watched it like last year, and I was like, "This is actually."
So I'm the only one here who didn't really watch anime as a kid. I watched.
Oh, really?
I watched One Piece at 4 because that came on right before Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
Yeah.
At 4:30, and then I watched SpongeBob at 5.
See, all my anime was at night. I never could watch it during the day unless it was like Pokemon. Sometimes they'd have that, but Toonami was it. I don't know if it was just like what I watched because I was on Cartoon Network all the time. It would just randomly switch over to Toonami. I just remember that happening.
I was much more of a fan of like Ed and Eddie, SpongeBob, and everything growing up than anime. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh was my shit. I loved Yu-Gi-Oh. That and SpongeBob dominated my entire childhood.
What did you do in the playground though? Did you try to become a Super Saiyan? Because that was me. That's how I knew I was a weird.
I had my imaginary dual disc on me and tried to draw a card and everything.
Oh, dude, I used to take my cards to school every time. Like, I had a group of friends, and we used to play outside all the time. Actually, we used to play there. In fact, Yu-Gi-Oh was a currency in school. Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oh yeah,
like, dude, I made fake cards. I made fake Pokemon cards with my dad's printer as a kid.
Did you really? Dude, I used to hate the fucking kids that will come and they will like freaking cheat because they have like these cheap ass cards that they bought fake cards. So they're like, fuck you, you have to play with original good cards. Otherwise, get the fuck out of here. We're not doing this.
I just want to say, Mystical Space Typhoon does not negate an effect. It just destroys the card. It just destroys the card.
Oh yeah. If you just destroy, yeah, definitely. There's a difference between negating an effect and destroying a card. Those keywords are important.
Anyways, I still have my dual disc. Still, and somewhere in my parents' closet, it's in there.
Me too.
I'm not shitting you. I still have my dual disc.
He never leaves his house without it either. He keeps that motherfucking thing on.
Bro, it's like when you have to work till 5:30, but you got a duel to go to at 5:45. you know I keep that motherfucking thing on me.
Keep that motherfucking thing on me.
All right, so I think we're pretty much gonna wrap it up here with the DBZ podcast. It was episode 1. I'm hoping we're probably gonna have to revisit DBZ in like a wider area.
Oh, dude, we have much
games to talk about.
Yeah.
We have like all this other stuff that happened around and everything. But I think it was a good episode to kind of introduce the show with, kick it off strong and everything. So thank you again, guys, for showing up today. You guys were fantastic guests on the shows. Rising, thank you again, and King as well. Check out their channels, subscribe if you haven't already to their channels. Good stuff, good content over there. King says he's gonna be moving soon and getting more content out, so keep an eye on that.
Right on.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys, any last words, anything you guys gonna say before we wrap it up here?
No, I don't think so. I think that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. I'm
Dragon Ball, without me watching Dragon Ball, I will say this: I would not have gotten to Persona or anything.
I probably would have gotten
no shit, like no cap. I would not have.
Oh, 100%. Like, if I hadn't watched Dragon Ball, I probably wouldn't be into anime. Like, Dragon Ball got me into anime, so like, I 100% agree.
It is the Attack on Titan, Death Note, Dragon Ball best gateway animes.
You guys know Team 4-Star?
Oh, I love Team 4-Star.
They streamed Persona 4 Gold, and that's exactly how I got into Persona. If it wasn't for Dragon Ball, would not have happened.
I got to meet Lil Karibo once. That was really cool.
Ooh.
That's cool. I have his autograph somewhere.
They're from Ohio, too.
Nice.
They don't live there now, but they're all in Texas. But, yeah. I missed them on the rise. I was too young to go to conventions to see them or anything.
Oh, really? Yeah, I got their autograph twice, I think. Somewhere.
Dbz is so good.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye.